Mercies in Disguise, a story of hope, a family's genetic destiny, and the science that rescued them is a compelling nonfiction work by Gina Kolata, a science reporter for the New York Times. Delving into the realms of medical anthropology, the book chronicles the harrowing journey of a family spanning 2 generations, haunted by a perplexing illness that intertwines the symptoms of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's diseases. Kolata poses thought-provoking questions, urging readers to ponder whether they would undergo testing to ascertain their risk of inheriting the debilitating and incurable condition. Moreover, she challenges the ethical quandary of passing such a fate onto future generations. The story begins with Tim Baxley, who becomes the first in his family to sense that something is amiss. A casual remark from a woman at his father's funeral triggers Tim's suspicion that there may be a deeper explanation for his father's prolonged suffering and eventual demise, reminiscent of his grandfather's similar fate. Bill Baxley, Tim's father, had endured a neurological affliction exhibiting characteristics of both Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. Despite the medical expertise of his doctor brothers, Billy, Buddy, and Mike, the family remains clueless about the nature of the disease. Determined to uncover the truth, Tim, Buddy, and Mike embark on a quest, meticulously tracing their family lineage in search of ancestors afflicted by similar ailments or already grappling with the illness. The symptoms of the enigmatic disease manifest initially as balance issues and instability, progressively worsening until the afflicted individual becomes immobile, impeding essential functions like eating, speaking, and voluntary movements. Although memory loss and dementia ensue, the victims remain more cognizant compared to Alzheimer's patients. Concurrently, during the mid-1950s, Daniel Carlton Gajasek conducts research on a distinct malady known as Kuru, prevalent among the population of New Guinea. Gajasek uncovers alarming statistics, revealing a higher incidence of infection in women, with a ratio of 14:1. Shockingly, even children fall victim to this merciless disease, resistant to any known treatment. As the narrative unfolds, Kolata weaves together the threads of personal anguish and scientific inquiry, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the family's despair. Mercies in Disguise explores the intersection of genetics, destiny, and the relentless pursuit of scientific breakthroughs, shedding light on the resilience and fortitude of individuals confronted with profound challenges. Despite the exhaustive efforts of medical professionals, numerous treatments ranging from antibiotics and epilepsy medication to diet modifications and vitamins, tranquilizers, antihistamines, and testosterone proved ineffective. Eventually, the baffling disease was identified as GSS, Gerstmann-Straussler-Scheinker syndrome, an uncommon neurological disorder often inherited within families and typically emerging in one's mid-40s. The offspring of an affected parent face a 50% chance of developing the condition themselves. GSS shares connections with other ailments such as CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, the human variant of mad cow disease, and fatal familial insomnia. Remarkably, scientists made a breakthrough by successfully infecting chimpanzees and mice, revealing the infectious nature of the disease. Building upon Stanley Prisoner's hypothesis, which built upon Gajasek's research, subsequent work by Colin Masters, Tom Bird, Karen Seo, and Charles Weissman confirmed a prion gene mutation as the underlying cause. Upon sharing their suspicions with Mike, Tim and Buddy embark on an arduous endeavor to construct an extensive family tree, reaching out to as many relatives as possible to inquire about their health as well as the health of their immediate family members, whether alive or deceased. In their investigation, they uncover a distressing pattern. Several family members had experienced the peculiar phenomenon of dying while curled up in a fetal position, a potential indication of the disease. This meticulous project spans approximately a year, but tragically, the disease strikes once again when the eldest among them, Billy, begins exhibiting early symptoms. Soon after, Buddy succumbs to an intense form of insomnia. Miraculously, the insomnia dissipates abruptly and permanently, precisely 2 years after its onset. However, Buddy's relief is short-lived as he discovers the telltale tremors in his hand, unmistakably signaling the presence of the familial curse. Almost exactly 2 years after Billy's passing, Buddy succumbs to the disease, succumbing to its relentless grip. Buddy's daughter, Amanda, pursues a medical career and becomes a nurse practitioner. However, the constant fear of potentially inheriting GSS plagues her mind, leading her to decide to undergo testing for the mutated gene. Her older sister, Holly, a devout Christian, chooses to forego the test, relying on God's providence and opting not to learn if she carries the gene or has passed it on to her own children. Meanwhile, Amanda's brother, Luke, undergoes the test, receiving a negative result. However, Amanda's test reveals a positive outcome. Now in her late 20s, she knows that time is running out, as the disease typically strikes between the late 30s and mid-40s, with victims succumbing within 5 years of initial symptoms. Amanda marries her boyfriend, and their strong desire to have children weighs heavily on their hearts. Seeking guidance, they consult a genetic counselor who presents them with options for family planning. The counselor suggests utilizing in vitro fertilization, IVF, to fertilize multiple embryos, which can then be tested for the mutated gene. Embryos testing positive for the gene are discarded, while negative embryos can be implanted or preserved for future use. This poses a profound moral dilemma for Amanda, a devout Christian who believes that life begins at conception. She must decide whether to risk getting pregnant naturally, potentially passing on the gene and its inevitable death sentence to her children, or to undergo a fertility treatment that she finds morally troubling. In the end, Amanda makes a heart-wrenching choice and proceeds with the fertility treatment. Despite the emotional toll, her decision proves successful. She gives birth to 3 children, none of whom inherit the mutated gene. However, she is acutely aware of the limited and precious time she will have with them. With the disease looming over her, she is fortunate to anticipate living through their teenage years. Nonetheless, she takes solace in the fact that the disease will end with her, granting her children the opportunity to lead normal lives. The book is divided into 2 parts, each focusing on a specific generation of the Baxley family. The first part delves deeper into the older generation of Baxleys and the scientists dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of the disease. Part 2 of the book shifts its focus to the younger generation of Baxleys, particularly Amanda, as they grapple with the presence of the disease within their family and the potential implications for themselves and their children. It delves into their personal journeys and the challenges they face in coming to terms with the inherited condition. Additionally, the book provides valuable discussion questions designed to facilitate meaningful conversations in book clubs and college classrooms. Readers can explore the thought-provoking themes and issues raised in the book, fostering deeper analysis and engagement. The inclusion of a notes section further enhances the scholarly value of the work, allowing readers to delve into specific references and sources. Lastly, the subject index serves as a helpful tool for quick reference, enabling readers to locate specific topics or areas of interest within the book. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.